Sitting as the 4th seed in the West and just a game back of the 2nd seed as of this recording, the reigning conference champion Dallas Mavericks are in a great position 35% of the way through their season. 2 seasons into the Kyrie Irving experiment, and this Mavs team already has 3 playoff series wins, plus are setting themselves up to again do something special in 2025's postseason. That said, the Dallas Mavericks' ambitions breach the boundaries of just the 2024-25 campaign. Keep it locked for why that's the case. Having returned from a 2-game absence after missing time due to a left heel contusion, and through 21 of a possible 29 games played for the Mavericks this season, Luka Doncic is leading the Mavs in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and minutes per game. His 9.9 3-point attempts on average are also a team most, but his 3-point efficiency is down nearly 4 percentage points from where it was in 2023-24. Across the association, Luka is one of 3 players next to Nikola Jokic and Damian Lillard to be top 10 in both points and assists per game. Doncic is also 2nd in steals per game in the NBA, only trailing the far ahead of the pack Dyson Daniels of the Atlanta Hawks. The 2 steals that Luka is averaging are a career high by far in his 7th season in the association. Against the Portland Trail Blazers on Monday, December 23rd, the Dawn posted 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. A stat displaying how Doncic can take over the game in multiple categories at a first-class rate and then some is, since entering the league in 2018, nobody has more games of recording at least 25, 5, and 5 than Luka Legend. Since GM Nico Harrison acquired Doncic a 2nd star in Kyrie Irving at the 2023 trade deadline, the Mavs have had championship expectations. They failed to live up to them in the first year with Kyrie, as they missed the playoffs a few months after dealing with her Uncle Drew, but the run they had in 2024 to make the finals has invigorated a feeling that this Dallas team's going to be doing significant damage in the postseason for many years to come. That feeling's grown stronger with the offseason addition of 4-time NBA champion Klay Thompson. Irving detailed this sentiment after the Mavericks took down the Portland Trail Blazers by 24 points, stating, quote-unquote, "We're trying to build a dynasty. If the Mavs are going to build a dynasty, Kyrie will have to live up to his role as this team's 2nd option." That's something Irving is doing right now, given he's 2nd on the team in scoring, assisting, and minutes on average. Additionally, Irving's 23 points per game is being generated on an outstanding 49% from the field and 45% from 3-point range. Further proving he's living up to his role as the 2nd option is how Kyrie's creating something out of nothing for this Dallas offense. According to Stat Defender, Kyrie scoring the 2nd most points per possession on ISOs in the NBA, only trailing Jason Tatum. The Luka handshake sharpened itself against the Blazers as Luka and Kyrie pulled off the quick twitch embracing yet again, as covered in my last Mavs video. Post-game, Kyrie spoke on Luka's return.
Kyrie, what do you think about Luka's performance and his return from injury?
He did great. He missed his first couple, but I'm happy he stayed with it like he normally does and just kept playing. The pace of the game was fitted for everybody to get involved, and when we started participating on defensive end and started getting stops, especially at the end of the half, I felt like the offensive game was going to come easier to us. So I'm glad that he got into that rhythm and he fit right back in. You know what I'm saying? So we had a lot of great possessions, and that 3rd quarter was really key for us to extend that lead, and I think he did a great job of getting us going. And it's our responsibility to come out with that energy and consistently do the little things, and that includes me picking up the basketball, really getting into my matchups as a point guard, and extending the offensive plays out for our opposing team closer to half court, make them waste some time, and just initiate some plays that get us going and ignite us. I love when we play fast. I love when we play with pace. I love when we're playing smart with playing smart while we're playing fast and with pace. But when we're playing well defensively and we're very communicative, we're a tough team to beat, and we know that. And that's always been our identity, especially post-finals. We know that we got to really gear up ourselves on that defensive end. We're going against some of the best in the world. And though we play Portland tonight, we're getting ready for some of the best teams. So we got to put that best effort forth and make sure we live with the results, and we can look ourselves in the mirror and say we gave it all.
Dallas improved to 6-0 with a starting lineup of Luka, Doncic, Kyrie, Irving, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, and Derek Lively II, but off the bench, it was Daniel Gafford who was one of the biggest stories of the game against Portland. 5th among Mavericks in points per game and 4th among Mavericks in rebounds per game, Gafford had 3 and 1s in the third quarter against the Blazers, finished with a season-high 23 points, and shot a perfect 7 for 7 from the field. Daniel now has the most games in Mavericks franchise history of recording 20-plus points on 100% shooting from the field with 0 turnovers committed. Acquired for merely Richaun Holmes and a first-round pick at last year's deadline, at the same time the franchise acquired PJ Washington, Gaff was a big reason for the Mavericks finishing the season with a 21-9 record last year, getting them the 5th seed. However, now the Mavs are off to their best start to a season in recent memory, something Gafford touched on post-game, along with his growing fit in the offense and his physicality.
This is by far the best start this team has had early in the season in the last 3 or 4 years. You guys feel good about how you've set this table up so you're not fighting from behind in the season?
Yeah, I feel like we've, had lapses to where we've let the negativity kind of sink in, but we found ways to get through that. We found ways to just stay as a team, deal with adversity. There's going to be obstacles in the way when you're trying to get back to where we were last year. So we just take it one game at a time. Every game is not going to be perfect. Every possession is not going to be perfect, but the mindset is to just be as consistent as we possibly can and just go out there. And with me, I always say just have fun with the game, because if you have fun with it, it's a lot of positivity that rolls through the team and everybody feeds off of that. So once everybody feeds off of it, it's like a domino effect. Everybody has a good game.
Well, just how comfortable do you feel in this offense now with how productive you've been as a scorer, and just how do you think your connection with the top playmakers has continued to grow?
I feel like it gets better as the days go by. I still try to pick the brain of Kyrie, Luka as much as I possibly can, and just pretty much any other guy on the floor. There's going to be a lot of times where our main ball handlers don't really have the ball in their hand. So other guys have to make plays, and then when it comes to me being in a position to where I can quarterback the offense, I just try to do it as best as I can to where I can, make sure everybody's included, or we get to a point to where it's like I said, our main ball handlers don't have the ball in their hands. Somebody else can come off and just get downhill. I just want to pretty much just be the best that I can at making sure, the offense is flowing and the defense is flowing whenever I'm on the floor.
Daniel, earlier in the season, you challenged yourself, physicality, and ever since then, you provided that spark for this team. And what areas does the team get better at when you're bringing that physicality, and also are you satisfied with the physicality that you're bringing now?
Down this stretch, there's been a lot of games where I could have been better physicality-wise, but I feel like I'm taking the steps in the right direction that I want to go. And it gives energy. People feed off of that when they see, the bigs down there battling. It gives everybody honestly the mindset to go down and either help out or do the same thing. Make sure guys are just pretty much locked in everywhere on the floor when it comes to defensive rebound and offensive rebound and getting back in transition. That flow of physicality helps the flow of the game, because it just pushes us to where we can just be the best that are capable, or just like how we play on a night-to-night basis, honestly. And with that being said, just the physical side, I take a lot of pride in that, because I don't want guys throwing me around, so I try to do the same thing back.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. This was your boy DFlow, and I'll see you next video.